Good evening, everybody. Can I get an audio check from Discord, please? How's everything sounding? Pretty clear? Any fan noise? Awesome, awesome. All right, we got good audio check. All right. So, let's see. Starting out. Okay. Music too loud. All right. All right. How's that for music levels and audio levels? Change things around just a little bit. And of course, it is the dump stream. So we're going with red today. Dump it. Alright, guess we'll go ahead and kick things off. Not getting any complaints. So we're looking at the weekly candle close here in 26 minutes. Honestly, a lot has happened in the last 30 minutes or so. It was quite a bit higher than what we were sitting at now, and it was going to be the highest weekly candle close of all time. But the composite man has taken that away from us. So now it's kind of not a great candle close. You know, looking left, you have a bearish engulfing candle close, and now we have an inverse hammer or inverse pin bar candle. Really not great. Your HSI is below 50, and your RSI is making a much lower high. So what we want to see is lack of follow through here. If we want price to continue going up on the weekly, we don't want to see any of these candle bodies taken out. You know, maybe we can wick down here, you know, into the mid to low 90s, but we really don't want to see that taken out. We're going to look at the daily here. All right, daily. So we had another oversold confirmation. Last Sunday we went over this one. So that was printing on the daily. And yeah, here I am, face reveal. Looking at the live chat here, everybody seems pretty happy with the audio and the video. The daily candle here, I'm not happy with it. We have a second oversold confirmation, and now we have this candle dropping here. But like I was saying in the Discord earlier, where are the sellers? There's just no volume. Let's actually see some real follow through here. Because as of right now, we could very well just be testing that fib from that 102.5 fib for the last time, that macro 786, all the way from 2022 to 2024. It's kind of like this. Go ahead and draw it. Zoom out here, give me some time. So if you take your fib retrace here, and when I say 786, I mean 1618. I was thinking of ETH. ETH's been in my mind the last couple days. But you have that 1618 level at 102, and we've been doing a really good job of staying above that. And we want to continue to stay above that. Look where the market participants got this thing, right at that level. And you can see here it was no joke of a resistance, and then we up thrusted it, tested it, broke back through, and we've been playing around with this fib level for quite a long time. What we need to see is this thing hold. I want to see a higher low in the RSI and the HSI, and let's continue this thing. Let's see what's happening down on the 5-minute at this level. You know, how cool would it be if we got some sort of bottoming structure here? Like, give me something like that. You know, give me an M shape at this 1618. That's just it. The weekly is scary, but where are the sellers? Where are the sellers? There's no volume. No volume of finance. Let's check Coinbase. Still really not a ton of volume in past, you know, compared to past history. And look at what we're doing. We're still closing that weekly candle above the 1618. Can't argue that. It's right there. Can't say it's not. So BTC, we want to turn around like right here. Let's get some more buys in. We got oversold on the 5-minute already. RSI is absolutely buried. Let's get a couple more green candles here. Let's print a dot, one of those lovely yellow dots, to confirm that we are oversold. And let's create an M shape and get this thing moving on up to 108K again. Let's go. It just doesn't sit right with me to try to be shorting BTC right now. It just doesn't make sense. The trend has just been too strong, too bullish. Too many bearish patterns have been breaking upwards, and a lot of the bullish patterns have been playing out really well. Yeah, let's go to ETH. ETH, we've been watching. You know, the last couple days I really thought we were going to break out of this rising wedge, but that's what you get for hoping, right? That's what you get for saying, oh, I'm looking for a breakout today. The market is like, nope, can't have that. Don't want you to be happy. I don't want to see this daily candle close below this most recent HSI. That level being about 32.6. So yeah, we're below it right now. Still got 20 hours to go on the candle though. Let's see what's happening on the 5-minute at that super important level. That's a lot of buying coming in. Heavy wicks, oversold. Oversold twice actually down here. Oversold, confirmed it was oversold, and then we went for round 2 and oversold it again. Now, could we just keep doing that? Sure. But at a point, you know, in a bull market, when opportunities like this present themselves, you usually see people buy it pretty fast. On the hourly, we're playing this Gartley up to the 786, which is this blue line right here, which also happens to be the supply line of that rising wedge that we saw on the daily. You know, how nice would it be if we were to just hold this demand line? It's there. Let's watch it for a while. I'm just going to keep that right there. So when I say macro 786 for ETH, I mean this whole drawdown from November 21 to June of 22, from 4,800 all the way down to 875. Your macro 786 level is sitting right there at 3380, and we have just been, for lack of better words, just piddling about this level. Like, come on, ETH, win breakout. Oh wow, look at this enormous shark on the 5-minute. We went below the hop and oversold. This might be set up in the making here for ETH, boys. and girls if they're watching. Doubt it though. Statistically speaking, 9 out of 10 of you are dudes. Yeah, let's get a confirmation dot here, and let's send it to target 2 of this shark, and let's break out of this falling wedge that we're in on the daily. Let's get it. Give me something like this. Yep. I wouldn't feel bad about buying some ETH right here. XLM, a lot of people looking at XLM. So here's the thing about that. This one has pumped so much that it wouldn't be weird if, you know, if BTC decided to go to 95K to 92K, it would not be weird to see a deeper retrace. You know, there's so much empty space right here. Even just a 618, that's 24 cents, which is, let's see, let's measure that. That's 39% down from here, and it wouldn't break the trend at all. You just got to prepare yourself for those kind of situations. You know, if you want to start getting into deeper retraces, you start looking at 60% down, or, you know, worst case scenario, 73% down. It just all depends on where BTC wants to go. Do I think it's going to those levels right now? No. Let's take out like 33 cents first on XLM before we start talking about those other levels. Until then, let's look for a higher low and then just keep going. Let's see. What else do we want to look at? I know people are looking at XRP. XRP is an interesting one. Let me look at the weekly here first. I need some more data here. Coinbase does not have very much. Finance, that's good stuff. So let's get this a little bit more cleaned up here. So here's the thing on XRP. Here's what we're looking for here. You have one of the most astonishing, let's get that 1618. That is a bearish bat pattern that the software didn't pick up. So that's good to hear. Doji says fan is quiet now. That's excellent. Last time that really annoyed me to death. It literally sounded like a diesel engine running in the background. And what's weird is I can't even hear it just sitting here, but the mic picked it up like it was inside of the fan. Anyways, yeah, so here's the bat pattern, 1618. And here's what I really like about this, right? So you got your 1618 move, and then, yeah, this pullback looks like nothing, but it was just enough. It was your 34% retrace to trigger the next move up. So at this point on XRP, you can't expect anything else other than a 2618 right now, which you're looking at $3.47. And then, you know, you're looking for another pause and then a 3618, which is about $4.70. People talking about XRP at 1,500, some people $10,000. I don't understand where they're coming up with those numbers. Yeah, let's take it like one level at a time. So yeah, XRP end of cycle, looking at $455 for your final exit point. I think that would be pretty good there. One that I've been really liking lately is Osmos. Let's look at that one on the daily. You got your demand line holding, and then what I like here is you have a gigantic shark followed by two bearish deep crabs that ended up underperforming. So these deep crabs ended up making higher lows, and what you've got going on here is basically a rising three valleys, you know, or the start of one. Let me get those a little bit better. So yeah. Rising three valleys, good stuff. Especially with all this data looking left. Your HSI and RSI are making higher lows as time goes on. This one was posted in the Discord, down at, I think it was like 39.5 cents when we posted about it. But yeah, and this is how to strategize a good trade setup here. You know, you find an asset here that has a trend, an upward trend, and then you look for deep retrace levels, and then you look for buyers coming in at higher points than before, confirming market strength. So at this point, you can easily take a shot at this asset with low risk. Let me get back to my horizontal line here. So personally, if I were entering it right now, you would put your stop below the previous swing low, which is about here. So the November swing low at 36 cents. If you were to buy this spot at 41 with your stop at 36, ride this thing out to $1.18, $1.78. Maybe market goes wild, we make new all-time highs. You know, at that point you're risking 12% for a textbook 190, 330% gain, and that's not even on leverage or anything. So, you know, you can't really get much better than a 30-to-1 risk reward ratio. I mean, you can obviously, but you got to really start cherry picking there. And this is on a daily chart on an asset that's actually on major exchanges. You know, that's why we posted it in the trade setups. And speaking of that, I want to pull something up here. The guy was my first Patreon subscriber and set him up with a bunch of different trade setups. He's been making some money, and he wrote a testimonial, and I'd like to read that out loud for everybody. He said, "For the first time in my 3 years of trading part-time as an amateur, CryptoCubes has finally given me the confidence for my entries and positions, understanding the importance of risk management. His TA using harmonics allows you to strategically place your buys with stop losses. Already 1 month in, and I'm in the green. He gives several plays a week when the market is primed to enter with his personal entry level and stop losses, so you begin to understand the process. Trading with the mentor has truly elevated my urge to learn more. Can't wait to see my portfolio next month. Highly recommend to anyone trading stocks or crypto. Thank you. Thank you." Indeed. And that, man, that just warms my heart. That's what I made this Discord for, honestly, is to help people make money, help people manage risk, because honestly, you hop into other Discords around here, you hop into other YouTube channels, and it's just one guy telling you to buy or sell without any real concrete reasons, and a whole bunch of people end up getting wrecked. Some people will actually take money that they need to live. You know, they'll take their rent money, they'll take their food money, they'll take their diaper and formula money for their kids, and they'll put it on some shit coin that somebody told them to buy, and then they lose it all. And that is, honestly, if you think about it, it's one of the worst things that can happen. Is like a new family that's struggling to get into this world. You know, they're looking at crypto for a gateway to try to escape the terrible inflation of this world. You know, because everybody knows the dollar just does not go as far as it used to. I'm not even that old, and as a kid, I just remember being able to get so much more for what I had, and now you have to find ways around it. You have to find ways to make more, so you can just live a bare bones life. And coming into some random community and losing all that money that you worked really hard for, that your family needs, is disgusting. And I'd like to see less of it. So that's why I made this Discord. That's why people should join up and learn how to manage your trades, manage your risk. And properly trade without a bunch of emotion, and just use technicals, identify your edge, take action, and let it go. That's it. That's my rant for now. Last week we were talking about UX-Link, how it was at the 886, or we were getting really close to the 886 what we were at. So yeah, we were right here on UX-Link. This one was one I was talking about picking up, and after a couple days we got our oversold confirmation. We got an arrow and a dot. You can see the arrow hiding behind that dot there. So I went ahead and posted this in the trade setups. I have UX-Link for 85 cents. And we got another dot today with 7 minutes left till close. Wow. Somebody should frame that and put that on a wall. Like, look at the respect of the 886. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Look at your indicator. Your HSI is just rocketing upwards already, and the price action hasn't moved yet. That's major divergence. Your RSI here, you got a W shape sloping upwards. Price action hasn't reflected yet. That's also divergence. This also kind of looks like a double bottom on a lower time frame. Let's go to the hourly here. I mean, how do you like that for a bottoming structure? You got your harmonic, your crab, and it just rode the 886. You finally got your oversold arrow and dot for this harmonic pattern to play out. So after this crab, you're looking for an oversold indication, and you kept getting overboughts, which is really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 overbought confirmations. Jesus. That's why you wait. That's why you wait for the software. That's why you get the software, and you wait for those confirmations to happen. It takes so much of the guesswork and the emotion out of it. You see one of these dots go in, and then you start looking right for an entry. Dot printed. Could you buy right at the dot? Sure, but honestly, you should wait for the retest. If you would have waited for the retest, which, as you know, these HSI lines, they generate at the the bottom of the candle that the line was printed on. So you got the dot, bottom of the candle, you put your line at the base of the candle. So that's where you're looking right for your next buy. And you can see people that respect the harmonic software, they did it. Now you're breaking above. Nice rounded bottom on the 5 or the hour. Did I say 5 minute earlier? I meant hourly. It's been a long day. Busy. That weekly is ridiculous. Not even much to say there, except that in 7 days we're closing flat. Sellers are gone. Yeah, UX-Link. This was posted in trade setups. Join the Patreon to get these. Just going back to your common retrace, that's 180% gain, 320% gain back to the top that it was at only on Christmas a month ago. That's brutal. See, that's why you don't FOMO into these things. That's why you wait, and you don't FOMO, because if you would have bought the top, you're down a casual 77% right now. And you see this dot way up here on the daily? That tells me we're going to go retest that at some point. We're going to go back here at some point. At least to the 50 fib, I see a lot of people talking about whiff. That's another good one. We got a bad pattern here. We're waiting for an oversold confirmation. Once we get that, that's a trade setup. We're getting close. We need HSI to go down just a little bit more. RSI is there. Let's get another arrow or dot. Confirm it here. Whiff has a ton of upside just from this last daily harmonic here. Let's say at 105-ish. we get our oversold confirmation to your target 2. That's a 230% gain on spot. Moodang, good old Moodang. This thing's been a running joke in the Discord. It's been fun though. So originally when it came out, a bunch of us bought like right around the 13, 14 range. And we sold it at 57, wrote it back down, bought at 33, sold at 57 again. So we've been ping-ponging this thing. It's been pretty good. And a lot of us that were doing Moodang bought back in at like down here, and then we got stopped out. So let me just go back to this here. So we bought back in at 11.9 cents down at this bottom line here. Wow, that daily candle took a lot back. So for a minute there, we were all up quite a bit. And then we round tripped it. Oh, that's great. So this is why I preach trade management. You know, when you're not around the computer, it's a little bit harder, and when you're not looking at your phone all the time, it's a little bit harder. But this is why I try to preach trade management, because if you would have had a trailing stop, you know, you would have realized a lot of your gains. But yeah, we were buying this up. Some of us were up quite a lot today, and now we're not up so much today. Yeah, rugged some more. Man, the HSI and the RSI are getting close though. Let's complete this bad action magnet move right here. So let's turn this bottom line here blue again, and then let's hit oversold and come on out of there. Man, how epic would that be if we just halt somewhere around 12 cents and rip back up again? That's how you know bottom is confirmed. But until we see some more data, it's purely speculation. This could just go right through here and go straight to 4 frickin' cents or something stupid like that. Because it's Moodang. It's a freaking pygmy hippo in China or Japan or something like that. Like, what are we even trading a coin based on that for? I don't know. The TA was there. It was at 100% retrace with an oversold confirmation, so we bought. Not much else to explain there. Jupiter had a pretty good move today. We were looking at that one a few days ago. It got its oversold confirmation from this butterfly here. Oh, Taiwan. Okay. Yeah, even better, right? Taiwan-based pygmy hippo. Buy it up. Buy more. It's the future, man. It's gonna change the world. It's gonna end world hunger. Yeah. So here's what we look for on these bearish patterns in a bull market. They often lead to some amazing double bottoms, and look what happened to Jupiter. You got the amazing double bottom, you had your oversold confirmation, you had your HSI retest, your indicators finally got above the 50 level, and then once you actually broke out, you went up 65% in 3 days. That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for. Let's check out some more trade setups posted. We were looking at DYDX. DYDX is a pretty hot one for me right now. You know, originally posting about it before, we were in just under $1, and our first target of the trade setup hit back from when I posted about this in the old Discord. So we got our first target to hit here, and we are on our way back to support. Buyers are trying to confirm this level. We got the Gartley, we got the target one hit of this sharp. So that's good news there. We got our oversold confirmation. Let's hold these wicks here. Let's not go below 108. Otherwise, we're probably just going to end up completing this more large scale pattern here. This enormous crab down here, back at entry, back at 80 cents. That'd be pretty neat. BTC, we're just got an alert here. We are plummeting once again, but we're still above that macro fib for now. ETH, nice, dropping straight out of the demand line that we posted earlier. We were hoping for it to hold there. Let me yeah, we were hoping for that demand line to hold. It did not. That's funny. Get wrecked. Yeah, as you guys know, ETH has always, like this past year, it's just not been sitting well with me. It's just been looking weaker. It seems like every time it wants to break out, it doesn't. It seems like every time we do a retrace on ETH, it's always deep. And then it seems like every time we pump, we can't really get anywhere. And, you know, it's the facts. We still haven't made an all-time high yet. It's just, and now it looks like garbage. We just rejected off the macro 786, printed a bearish engulfing, and now we're catching follow through. Yikes. Not great. RDNT was another one. Alright. Yep, RDNT getting back close to entry, or actually is at entry. Massive deep crab. Buyers trying to make a higher low. Let's get these indicators turned back up. Let's get a little bit of price action here on lower time frames. Oh man, look at that volume spike on the 5 minute. Woo! That's a lot. And it just so happens to be right at that previous low. Nice. Nice. Already recovered half of that candle. Ape coin, let's look at Ape. Same sort of situation. Crashing, but yeah, people are buying it up. I've been saying for a couple months now, Ape coin under $1 is just, you just buy it. You know, a lot of people were FOMOing into it up here, and it's like, no, wait for it to come back down. It will. What we're looking for here is for it to come back to this ABCD level for the sharp, hopefully, for like the Omega entry. That's why I haven't posted the trade setup yet, but hopefully we end up, you know, getting back above this last oversold arrow. But I want to see another oversold confirmation down at a level where the harmonic makes sense, because right now you could end up buying and then going through you know, almost 20% drawdown before we get to that level. It's a good one to DCA, you know, buying a little bit here and there. It could just pop off right now, who knows. But yeah, back to the main point, Ape under $1 is a buy. Long term, absolutely. I'm looking for much higher levels on the weekly. Let's get something cleaner here. So we got our oversold on the weekly. The line generated, we broke above it. Huge bullish engulfing right off of it. And now we're staying elevated above it, which is good. But both of our indicators are under the 50 level still. So there's still, you know, it's implied that there's a little bit of drawdown still. Not a super strategical place to take like a fresh leveraged long. Especially, you know, kind of looking at this low, like what did we just do there? We just broke below it, and then we just did a nothing burger, gross bullshit back test right here. Now, that being said, you bullishly engulf that, and you get back above there. All of a sudden, you have a morning star, trend is your friend, and bing bang boom, you're on to $2.60. You know, let's get down to the 5 minute. See if there's anything good there. Oh yeah, it already recovered all of that. It went from 95 all the way back to 98, and now we're bullishly engulfing that candle. Nope, nope, nope. Yep, I'm holding ape, and my cells are much higher. Just to kind of give you an idea. Obviously that 260 range, that important inflection area from history. And then my next couple are going to be up here. So one's going to be at 6, and then I'm going to do another one at 7:30, and then I'm going to do another one at 11:05. You know, if we get there. If not, then oh well, still made a ton of money. Still made a ton of money. AVAX. A lot of people looking at AVAX. A lot of people were excited about this one a few months ago, but then I haven't heard a whole lot about it since then. And to be honest, the price action is tricky on this one. It is tricky. So here's what I see. You have your resistance, which turns into support, which now is officially resistance again. You have your distribution peaks here. So that's your bearish argument. You know, that this thing could just go, you know, back to this HSI, back to these lows at 20. You know, if it went and retested this area here, you couldn't be surprised. Like, you really can't be surprised if it goes to 22. And that's a 36% drawdown. Like, do you really want to be taking a fresh leverage long right now? Probably not. Right? Do you like your money? Do you like keeping your money? Let's get some sort of oversold confirmation again. The weekly is not looking too hot. Let's look at the daily. That's your hope right there, is the daily. If we can hold this level, get your HSI and your RSI above 50, then we'll be ripping again. But if not, then you're looking for your next oversold indication, you know, which could come anywhere in here. I know a lot of people like AMP. Let's look at AMP's weekly candle close. Yet another one under this important level. So we had, you know, our couple up thrusts here. You know, a lot of these, going back to AVAX again, a lot of these could be argued that they kind of look like cup and handles too, right? You know, second grade drawing skills there. But one could argue that's a cup and handle. You know, you got your uptrend, cup, handle, and the thing is, you don't want to see your handle retrace more than 50%. Sorry, let me draw that at the right spot. Get ding dong. Which it already did more than 50%, like just barely though. Is it a textbook cup and handle anymore? No. But if it pivots right here, could you kind of bullshit and call it a cup and handle? Probably. But right now, it looks like distribution and then double top. Not looking too good. Not trying to be bearish. I want higher prices, obviously. I want higher prices for everybody so we can make some money. But I'm also going to tell you how it is. If stuff looks like crap and looks like there's a lot of drawdown potentially, I'm going to tell you. Bonk was another setup somebody mentioned. This one on the weekly, really not a good candle there. Really not a good candle. So you have your old all-time high from December of 23 here, which was regarded as resistance, and then we broke through it, but we couldn't catch any decent follow-through, so we broke back below it, and then we just retested it for the first time. And then what did we do afterwards? Bearish engulfing. What are the indicators at? Under 50. Really not great signs. No sort of oversold confirmation yet. Looking at the daily, fallen knife. Let's get a pattern completion and some oversold confirmations. Yeah, it doesn't look that far down, but let's measure that. 20%. Let's watch bonk go down 20% and then buy it. That's a good plan. Let's see. Anything in the Discord? Let's check that out. Oh, we're back above 103. Nice. All right, so this is how it works. We got our 5-minute oversold confirmation, and I shit you not, I'm just gonna expect us the heck out of this for you guys in B's Discord. It hit my line exactly. You can't get much better than that, and you have an oversold dot. Your HSI is above 50 now. Your RSI touched 50. Let's make a higher low and break above 50 and send this thing back up. You remember not even too long ago we were talking about let's get some sort of M shape. Like that would be perfect. Get something back up to test here at 104.3, and then let's get a higher low and rip this thing. Let's see if ETH made it back into its falling wedge. Or no, above that demand line, not the falling wedge. You guys know what I was talking about. Oh, and it did. Just leverage traders get wrecked. Yeah, you got a couple percent swing just in 15 minutes. It's hard to strategize something like that. But check this out. You got your HSI making a W formation slanting upwards here. So you got your higher low on the HSI, but price action hasn't reflected that yet. You got a big W shape on your RSI. Price action hasn't reflected that yet. So come on, ETH. Do I need to literally kick you in the Vitalik Buterin? I'll kick you right in the Vitalik. Get going. File. Here it is. Hit my line exactly. Expect us. Yeah, so buy orders hit on file. We're in it at 480. Let me show you on the daily why. You had your massive bearish shark, which played out to its second target right here at 459. You got your oversold confirmation. And then you got your buyers stepping in again and again, your HSI again. So that one we failed, right? But then where's the follow through? That's what I'm looking for. So it almost looked really bad there yesterday. Like that candle is rough. If we would have gotten any follow through down here, freaking see ya at below $4. It looks like it wants to hold here though at 480. Man, look at that candle. Can't make that shit up. That's why you look for deep value. That's why you set your buys at historical supports in an uptrend. You know, if an asset is uptrending and you're buying deep retraces or historical support levels, That's how you need to do things. Take the emotion out of it, take the guesswork out of it, buy at an area that has been confirmed. Now let's see what it does at these levels before we start talking too much, right? Let's see what it does first. As soon as you get cocky, that's how you get wrecked, honestly. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Let's see, what else were we looking at? H-bar was another one that people got excited about. This one on the weekly is kind of the same sort of thing as XRP. Here's the one with all the data on it. But what you're looking for is, you know, something like, zoom out here, that 1618 move. You know, if XRP can do it, why can't H-bar? Give me 91 cents on H-bar. And how cool would it be if we got that 30% pullback like we did on XRP, and then we ripped again up to the 2618, just like XRP, and we see H-bar at $1.42. That'd be nice. If you're not in on H-bar, well, that kind of sucks. But let's go to the 4-hour here. And what you want to see on the 4-hour is your next oversold confirmation, which is, it looks like it's coming very close. Or if we just go up from here, we won't get another oversold confirmation. But look what's happening at this last HSI line. You tested it, broke through it, and now we're trying to make a higher low. So it's a very important area to watch here on H-bar. This 30 to 35 cent range, we need to break up out of this ASAP and continue. All right. Another one that I really liked was Scale, SKL. Let's take a look at that. Go. Just look the damn thing up. My watch list of these. Okay, SKL, we managed to, I posted this in Bees the other day, and it's like, oh, it's probably nothing, you know, just an asset sitting at an incredible level from history. No big deal, right? No big deal. Look at what it did back in 2021. Let's keep going up here. Oh my god. 125 pennies. It's at 5 pennies right now. You want to do a quick 25x? Buy some Scale. This was posted in the Patreon, the trade setup down at 39 cents. That's what we bought it at. And we are waiting. We are waiting once again for 83 cents. We are waiting once again for 11 cents. We are waiting once again for 13 cents. And then we are going to hold the rest of it and see what happens. Don't be afraid to sell and take a little bit of profits early. There's nothing wrong with taking some profits off the table early. If you want to 100% hold your bag all the way to the top, that's where emotion comes in. You start getting too tied to that bag, you start getting sentimental value on that bag. Have a plan to take profit in steps on the way up, and then leave your rider. If you're gonna, honestly, leaving a rider, it's like gambling. It's literally like gambling. You're going off of a feeling that it's gonna moonshot, right? So if you realize profits on the way up, and then you set a stop loss count at like the first or second target of the trade setup. So that way you're stopped out in a bunch of profit still, and you just hold on to that moon bag. That's the way to, you know, that's the way to deal with the last 10 or 20% of your bag that you're holding. You don't want to just do the entire bag exiting or entering, for that matter. Yeah, you can see why scale. It's at an insane level right here. RSI and HSI are looking good. You got your HSI W bottom above the 50, or sorry, RSI. You got your HSI W bottom back here. You got your impulse move to retest the W bottom, and then we're off. So SKL, that's what you want to see. Another one we've been looking at is SRM. It looks a lot like SKL, doesn't it? You had your huge peak up here, but I just want to point out a few things about this asset because it's a little bit different, technically speaking, than others in my mind, because this one was held by FTX, and it was one of the biggest ones on their balance sheet before they went down. It is attached to Solana, and it just has my interest mainly because you can see these old prices, you know, up here at these wicks, $12, $13, and now it's at 3 cents. Doesn't that interest you just a little bit, that it's 99.6% off? That's a deal if I've ever seen one. And then you look at that level and you get stuff like this on the hourly. You get these big M-shaped harmonics, and then you get your impulse moves, and then your confirmation of the bottom, and then it rips again. Yeah, this thing looks ridiculous on the weekly, how it goes so far down. But this is what you're looking at now, zoomed way in. And this is why I posted it as a trade setup, because for over a year, sellers have not been able to breach 2.6 cents with any sort of steam. So why would you not buy it at 2.6 cents and set your stop loss strategically below that? If they haven't been able to do it for a year, what makes you think they're going to be able to do it now in a bull market? So that's the kind of thing that we're looking for. Deep value, low risk, high profits, lots of upside, not very much downside. That's what we're looking for. If it doesn't work out, we lose a very small amount. If it does work out, we make a very large amount. Yeah. So let me just play this game here with you. So I'm just going to start zooming out. Look at this. I mean, will it ever go back to those highs? Probably not. But wouldn't it be cool to at least get $3.17 out of it? That doesn't seem unrealistic looking at this chart, does it? That is still way off from the highs. Even if you wanted to play extra safe and put it there at 176, or extra safe and put it there at 175, you know, at that point you're looking at a 2,500% gain, 5,800% gain, 10,400% gain. And then your drawdown. Let's look at our drawdown. And since we bought it here, our stop losses are there. We're looking at a 9% drawdown for potentially 10,000% in profits. What else do you want? Let's look at the 3-day, because the 3-day was very interesting. Check out your HSI. It's above the 50. And your RSI has triple bottomed. We got our oversold confirmation, and now we're breaking through it. We got 21 hours to go. If we can close above this HSI line, we're probably going to double in price, like right now. People have been giving me some crap about SRM for a long time. And you know, it might be deserved. It might be a garbage asset, but I have been accumulating, and I just gave you my reasons why. Let's take a look at Slurf. Here's another trade setup I posted. You know, you're looking at this key level from history here. You know, Slurf at 14 cents was a buy. It was a buy for us. And you can see why. It's been holding that level for almost a year. And even just to get back to its previous resistance, it's 18% upside from right here. You know, back from where we bought it at 14.5, it's a 28% upside just to that resistance level. To the previous HSI dot, you're looking at 36%. You know, to other areas of market history, 73%, and then more so and more so. You get the idea. Like, these coins don't have to do anything. They don't have to have any use case. The charts just need to look good. That's all that matters. Let's take a look at total. Total on the daily. You know what's funny is I've been complaining that nothing's been happening on the daily, on total. I've been telling my Discord, when are we going to do something about this HSI line? When are we actually going to get some shorts in? Well, we have a bearish candle off of that HSI, but no volume. And it's not even a lower low. Still just kind of treating this as a pause. Let's see. Yeah, we still got some time. RSI is right at the 50 level. HSI is still pointing down. Let's see if we can find something on the 4-hour to look at here. We got our HSI resistance there. And I say resistance, but the market participants keep making support out of it. And look at that, we got an oversold at our HSI overbought line. So take that as it is. Look at that wick. Oversold here, getting oversold there. Let's hold this line. Do we have anything cool on the 5-minute here? Oversold confirmation. Sound like a broken record. Almost everything is looking oversold right now. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. That's what we want to see to continue upwards. We want to see stuff get oversold and make higher lows. If we can do both those things at the same time, the trend is your friend forever. BTC on the 5-minute. Kind of a dirty looking rising 3 methods right here. Can't even really call it that. So a textbook rising 3 methods, you would have your bullish engulfing, and then your 3 red candle bodies would have to stay within that bullish engulfing candle. So technically it's not. And then the last candle would have had to close up here. So it kind of looks like one, but it's not technically. Still looking for that HSI retest at about 102.6. And then let's get this thing off. But RSI is trending upwards still, and it's about to cross that 50 level upwards, hopefully. FIL, we got our dot right at that line. Excellent. Let's take another look at ETH. Keeping track. All right, so we got our oversold dot, got our HSI line. RSI really needs to get above 50 if this is going to play out. If this huge shark is going to play out, we need RSI to go up, like right now. We don't want to see 3,200 get taken out. Let's hold 3,200 on ETH and continue upwards. Let's break this freaking falling wedge and get on with our bull market. Please, thank you. Coming in. Link has me very interested this cycle. It's one of my heavier alt bags. That being said, though, we got lots of oversold or overbought confirmations here. That last daily candle, it looked really good for a while, then sellers took it all back and then some. They took all of it back and then some. Not looking great for Chainlink. That's not what you want to see. 4 hour still far from being oversold. Yeah. No. It's not what you want to see. Here's what you do want to see, though. Where'd it go? Man, I had this chart for Link. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, check this thing out. So you guys can see that. You have your Coinbase 50 index, your Grayscale Trust, your World Liberty Financial Trust, and then your made in USA cryptos. Look what falls in the middle of all of them. Look at that shit. If you ever needed an argument to buy more Link, there it is. There it is. Just heard one of my buy notifications go off. I'm gonna quick check that out to see what I bought. Let's see. Oh, I got some more scale and some more Millennia. Yeah, okay, so let me explain that one. Definitely going to dollar cost average some Trump coin and Millennia coin for obvious reasons. You know, look who our president is. Let's look at some TA on Trump coin. So we had this really crazy gap up, right? Absolutely monstrous gap up from a $1.50. It went from $1.50 to $78 in just a few hours. Trump coin, this is what we like to see right here. This is good stuff. On the 4 hour, we're at this 886. We got oversold, printed our HSI support. We're above it. Let's get our indicators back above 50 and let's send this thing. So the 5 minute. Oh yeah. So this is what you want to see ETH doing right now, but ETH just looks like garbage compared to this one. So this shark sitting right here at the hop, you got your oversold confirmations, you got your HSI line generated, your retest, and your indicators are flowing upwards. Let's send Trump back to $31 off of this 5 minute pattern and see what happens from there. Yeah, so that's why I'm buying Trump below 30. Millennia actually even stronger than Trump coin right now. Didn't even reach the hop. Got our oversold confirmation like immediately after the pattern completed. RSI and HSI already above 50. That's good. Good stuff. Go back to Bitcoin. Where are we at? There it is. There's our HSI retest. Let's get that above 50. Let's get those above 50. I'm gonna take a peek at my trades real quick. Just adjust a few things. Yep. Yeah. BTC dominance on the 5-minute. Looks ready for a short. If you could short BTC dominance. Look at that. You got your bat pattern there. Bounced off XA. You got your oversold. I want to see the HSI and the RSI get below 50 on BTC dominance, and I want to see BTC dominance go down with BTC staying at about the same price, or if BTC goes up while BTC dominance is going down, alts are gonna rip. So that's what I want to see. Let's see that. For the memes, let's look at Chill Guy. I know a couple people got destroyed on Chill Guy. Unfortunate, but that's why we're here to teach. I have to just keep zooming out and keep zooming out. Wow. All right, so Chill Guy, we are down just a casual 90%. You know, we're sitting at 6 cents. What's interesting though is we might be trying to bottom it out here. We got our oversold confirmation. We got our HSI retest, but our RSI is pretty buried. Let's get those back above 50. Do we have anything cool going on the low time frames? Gross. We might get a pivot off of this, but let's see some sort of give me a new pattern. Give me a new pattern. Give me something. There's nothing saying that it's, you know, looking at the 5-minute here, yeah, you have your oversold confirmations, but you know, you go back to the daily and then you see this. You know, with your indicator still that low, it's still at that falling knife stage. We want to see Chill Guy heavily double bottom here. A lot of volume. Doge, 33 cents. I feel like Doge has been like the same price for weeks. It isn't going to do anything. Have this nice crab pattern on the 5-minute. We got our oversold indications. We're above the hop. Indicators are pointing up. You got your HSI above 50. This crab pattern might play out pretty well for Doge here. Let's look at the daily. Daily, let me get some sort of like 1 or 2 more like red candle. Like give me a couple more days. Like give me another red candle and then a green candle so we can get this HSI into oversold and then back out. Print an arrow. Get some support. You know, maybe break back above this 33 area and retest it and then go long. You know, you're not. Right here is tough. Right here is tough. But you can always try it on the 5-minute. Easy to manage risk on the 5-minute. Buy it here, set your stop loss at just below Of course, I'm drawing lines instead of scrolling. So put your stop loss just under 33 cents and buy it here at 33.3. That's a good way to manage risk right there. Good way to manage risk and get upside potential. Let's see here. Anything new in the Discord? Oh, right. Anybody else got any more requests? Anybody want to look at anything else? I know a lot of people like Celestia. Take a look at that real quick. Wow, that is on sale. Holy moly. I'm actually gonna buy some of that right now. Not even kidding. I'm going to buy some right.
This is not the end. This is just the beginning.
Yep, and just like that. Proud owners of a fuckload of Celestia. Alright. Yep, obviously that's at an important level from history here. You have your enormous shark pattern into your butterfly, into another shark. Sitting at that level, you're getting to the oversold point. If it falls more, I'm definitely going to just dollar cost average in some more. But let's take a peek at why we buy stuff like this. Let's measure it out. So stop loss is sitting at 11% down, just under those little swing lows right there. Down at 380. So we're looking at a 10% stop loss right there. Minimum, we're looking for target 2 of this smaller shark at 100% gain. Then we're looking for target 1 of the bigger shark at 190%. Then we're looking for target 2 at 340%. So again, top sell would be at the 30-to-1 level for risk to reward. Reward to risk. You don't want to risk 30 times more than the yeah. Let's go Doji. Get some of that Tia. But yeah, I mean, Doji's been around the block a few times. He knows his way around these charts too. It's good to have confluence of somebody else that recognizes a good deal. Can't get much more on sale than that. And if we truly break this line and the stop loss hits, then guess what? We'll be looking for it lower. But you can't expect a historical support like this to just fail, especially when it's been regarded as support so many times. Let's get another oversold indication. Maybe even on the 4-hour. I'm just going down to the 4-hour right here, zooming way in. We got this shark pattern right here. It's still above the hop. Oh man, it just looks good. It just looks good. It's a 5-minute. 5-minute, 3 oversold confirmations right at that level. Yeah. HSI above 50, RSI, you have your double bottom. It's still pretty low, but trending up. All your arguments are pretty much there, guys. Like all you really need at this point is confirmation. Like, give me a couple green candles, but this is the kind of stuff you want to buy. This is the kind of stuff you want to buy. And you can see the difference, right, between like Celestia and XLM or, XRP, for example. Like, if we were looking at XRP at 52 cents and we had a bunch of oversold confirmations way down at 52 cents, wouldn't it make some sense to pick some up, set a stop loss at 47 and see what happens? That's kind of what TIA looks like to me. And it doesn't have to make a move like this, right? But that's why you buy stuff like that at levels of history like that, is because once sellers are fully exhausted and the supply is gone, the price runs. That's just how the markets work. Let's look at altcoin market cap on daily. Looks a lot like total. We have this bearish crab, right? But as I was mentioning last week, you really want to see these things play out within 30 bars. Right there is bar 30, and it really never played out. You never got to target 1. You got oversold before you reached target 1. Really, you can't expect this harmonic to play out anymore. It is what they call a laggard. Your HSI and RSI are below 50, so it has potential to drop some more. And maybe what we're going to do is, for TA's sake, what you would want to see is, your HSI line get generated right there for that retest. You're looking at a 6.5% drop on altcoin market cap, so not too far, but man, that would look good. Get our retest off, get off from there. Wow, TRB, that one's on sale too. Might buy a little bit of TRB too. Let's take a look, see a better look. I haven't screwed around with TRB in a while. I originally bought it, originally I heard about it during this enormous scam wick up to $600 or whatever, and we were all playing around with it, just playing games with it. Some of us lost a lot of money and others lost a little bit of money. I don't think anybody actually gained money from playing with TRB right there. But yeah, once it came back to this area of history, I bought it. We bought it up at just below the 50 mark, and it hit some of our sells above 100. Really want to see this hold this level again. I'm gonna ignore that wick. As far as risk management goes, it is a very risk-free play here. You buy a TRB at 47 and you set your stop loss at 40. That's a 14% drawdown, yeah. But you're looking at 200% upside, 300% upside, 380% upside. That's not even getting back to a 50% retrace of that wick. Total scam coin, right? But the risk management play is there. Let's take a look at what's happening on the 5-minute at that weekly level there. Kind of looking brutal right now. Let's get another oversold confirmation down here, 45 to 47. I'm gonna buy some TRB, I think in the 40s, but we're gonna wait for confirmation first. I'll post the trade setup in the Patreon section when I do. XCN. This one was fun to watch the other day. I saw a lot of people make a lot of money really fast on this one. I'm not even sure what Onyx coin is, but that markup was just nuts. Let's take a look at the framework. You know, you had your big daily bat destined for target 2 over time. You had your big bearish shark that never played out. So this is why we look at these bearish patterns not playing out. So you give it the 30 bar rule. It never hit target 1. We got our oversold confirmations. We got our HSI retest. And then it was off. Just unreal. We're just gonna keep going. So yeah, that's the daily. That's the daily on XCN for you. If we would have looked at it earlier, admittedly, I've never looked at this asset until like a couple days ago. But if we would have been able to identify it, that would have been a pretty cheesy 3,000% gain, right? All I can say now is, if you want to get in on this, wait for the next oversold 4-hour dot. So the reason I say 4 hour is because you have to give these some time to actually, you know, as everybody knows, the higher the time frame you go, the more important the candlesticks are. So you have your oversold confirmation right there after just a tiny drawdown, and your buyers confirm that level. You broke out and you never look back. So let's get another one. Let's get another oversold situation. Just kind of spitballing here. It sure would be nice to see right about there. Right about there. Give me 50% off from here. Koshi. Got our first overbought arrow on the 4 hour. Not a ton of data on Coinbase. Let's see, MEXC. Oh yeah, much more. That's why. Okay, so it was listed to Coinbase and then it took off. That's a lot of sell volume right there. That 4 hour candle, that is a lot of sell volume. That's what we like to call arbitrage. People bought on other platforms long ago and then sold the news. Your HSI is below the 50. Your RSI has double topped and is back below the bullish control zone. Again, let's get that oversold dot, but let's get it, you know, higher, obviously. Yep. Good old Shifty buying the top. That poor guy. I wish he would listen to some of the stuff we would post on the Discord. Been watching that guy lose money for 2 years straight. ADA, another US-based cryptocurrency that I have been targeting. Again, you know, you're looking for that 30 bar pause after the bearish harmonics, and then we're off. We never even got to target 1, not even close. Let's get our oversold arrow again. Man, that's close. Oh yeah, look at that. So we are oversold. We're oversold on that indicator. And then the way these arrows work is as soon as price comes back out of that range, as soon as we get back above that green line and close that candle, that's when that arrow prints. So ADA, kind of like Ape, anything under $1 is a buy for me. ADA under $1 sounds like a good idea to me. All right, chat. requests. Let's see. Any requests? Head back to Bitcoin. See how destroyed that level is on the 5-minute now. Oh yeah, get destroyed. See, this is what we're talking about. We never got our HSI and RSI like confirmed above the 50 level once we retested that support, and that's why we went down. You need to see the HSI and RSI cooperate. However, we're oversold again. Let's get some divergence going. That would be sweet. Some RSI divergence right here. You got your low, and then you got your higher low, but a lower low here on price. And if we can make a higher low on the HSI too, then we have divergence on 2 indicators on the 5-minute. But let's get that oversold dot once again. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, but that's just the name of the game. You have to wait for confirmation. ETH still not looking great. HSI and RSI are below the 50 again. Total. Yep, HSI and RSI on the 5-minute didn't get above 50, so we failed the retest. Let's look on the hourly. TIA. Volume coming in on TIA. Oh man. That's fun to watch. You know, you put a line there from history and then look at what the price action does. That's why you should be patient. That's why I preach patience, is because if you just wait for these entries, you set yourself up for really, really good risk to reward situations. It's crazy. Some random shitcoin called Celestia is holding better than King Bitcoin, King Ethereum. Just goes to show, like, it doesn't matter what asset you buy, they all act different. That's why you formulate a plan and you execute. I forgot to look at Solana. Solana was a good one. Wow, Solana actually looking weaker than Ethereum right now. Wow. Is it just going to be another wick situation to the macro 886 at 228 and then we rip again? Are we going to get a retest of 220 for that W bottom? Sure would be nice. Give me something good to long. This isn't where you take a fresh long on Solana. You know, it kind of looks like a. I mean, you got your selling there. You had your HSI dot and line generate. You had your sell pressure there. You had your sell pressure there. You had your sell pressure there. And then look, you couldn't even get to it. Weak sauce. Partial decline. Yuck. That's not what you want to see in Solana. That is weak price action. Again, could it just turn around and go up? Sure, but I'm gonna tell you how I see it. This was another one I was eyeing for a long. Contentos. Don't even know what this thing does, but we are looking at the weekly here at a pretty important level from history. You hear me say that a million more times. We want to see our RSI and HSI start to trend upwards, obviously, but I'm going to be starting to dollar cost average this. So, you know, you're potentially looking at the previous swing low here. That's you would set your stop loss 16% down at 0.0052, but then you would be looking at, I mean, you're looking at a 382% gain for a first target. Just, I mean, you can see from history that it says it right here. Anytime that buyers hold these levels for a long enough amount of time, they run it up to 3 cents. You know, they run it up, and then sometimes, you know, they run it up to almost 5 cents for a 650% gain from here. You know, that's what we're looking for, is these very low risk in the basement setups that have been proven time and time again to do the same thing throughout history. Tell me why it's not going to do it again. Tell me why. Give me a reason. Give me a reason why I shouldn't go long. So let's go back to Trump coin. I was, you know, I'm buying this at the 886. It might be a little bit foolish, but I am dollar cost averaging this one. Let's go down to the 4 hour. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's at the 886. We got our oversold confirmation. I'm not counting the from when it was like at $1 or $2. I'm counting when it was announced, like for these fib retraces, because like, what do you do with this information? Okay, I'll get rid of this fib here. What do you do with that? You know, this one 4 hour candle goes from $3.80 to $28, and then this one goes from $9 to $1.60. So I'm not counting those. I think those are outliers. So I hold a fib just on this. And I like that a lot. You know, I got buys 26, 27 for Trump. I'm holding it right now. Go to the hourly. We really don't want to see this last wick here at 25. So my stop loss is set at 25 right now. If it hits that, I mean, we'll probably be going much lower. It just so happens that 1272 like ultra deep retrace, it would be more like an extension retrace, right? But that would bring you down to $6.50. Let's look at, that was on finance. Let's see, is there more data on this thing? I bought it back in November, so there's gotta be. Why do none of these have? I don't know, they must have deleted the history, but I remember posting charts. Yeah, I remember posting charts about this in Static's Discord back in November, saying I'm buying Trump coin. And it was like $2 or something like that. And it was the same coin. So I don't know why the history isn't there. I don't know. But to me, this seems like a good area to buy. There's no, it wasn't MAGA. It wasn't anything else. It was actual Trump coin. Yeah. Yeah, I know they announced it just like a few days ago, or when was it? Yeah, the 18th, I think it was. No, 17th or 18th. They announced that they came out with Trump coin, but this was already a This was already a coin that had been on the market for months. Um, they just had some really good timing with the news. That's how Composite Man works. They buy all of the supply for as cheap as they can, and then they come out with some news to run it up. Just had another buy hit. What did we buy? Oh, we bought some more file. Nice. FIL. Okay. Alright, BTC on the 5-minute. We got another oversold arrow. Things kind of look like doo-doo right now, don't they? They look bad. The hourly is back at this old HSI line. Super oversold on both indicators. All right, well, let's watch this thing together for a minute here. We are failing that weekly fib level at 102.5. Yeah, I mean, everything does look like it's on sale. That's why you see me buying. I am buying this. Yeah. And then you'll have a bunch of people come in a couple weeks when Bitcoin hits its macro covered handle target at 125K, asking, should I buy now? And I'll tell them, you should have been here for the streams. Join the Discord or get wrecked. If you want to save money and not get liquidated, join the Discord for an education. It's free. Live stream every Sundays for free. Yeah, same Doji. I'm streaming to you guys while shopping on the other screen. So, and then I got my TV going too. Too many screens. And I got another one right here, where I play my video games at. So much information, I could just sit here all day and be bombarded by it. Yeah. Dude, Trump is holding really good. Compared to everything else. What else is holding really good? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start at top. I'm going to do space bar. Let's go to the dailies. Yep. 1 inch destroyed. Ave destroyed. Ace. What is this? Lowest daily candle ever? Do we have any bottoming structures on like lower time frame? Oh man, look at that volume. Wow. That's interesting. And it's about to hit the hop level of this bat pattern on the 15-minute. Dang, look at how low the RSI and the HSI is too. You got a double bottom going on the HSI. Okay. Ace at $1.50. I'm buying that. Whatever. I don't even care that there's no oversold confirmations yet. It's so freaking deeply on sale. I'm just gonna buy some and DCA into it. All right, Ace. ACH. Wow. What a candle compared to everything else. See, this is what you're expecting of, like, you know, BTC or ETH or XRP or XLM. Something like, what is ACH and why is it pumping compared to everything else? You know what I mean? ACT. That is another really interesting one. Look at this thing just creeping upwards. Sellers are absolutely barren. Sometimes you wish you just have infinite dry powder, you know? About to pull a Michael Saylor and just start taking loans out on my gains instead of realizing my gains. Just take loans out on everything. ACX. Like, I don't even know what this is, but 3 oversold dots and 2 oversold arrows at the lowest price ever. I don't know. Still falling though. Oh. Hang on, just a moment. Yeah. ACX. That is an interesting one. Let's see here, I would probably aim for a sell right about there, 62%, 103%, 144%. Yeah. One could strategize optimal risk reward on ACX right now. ADA, we already looked at that. Ergo. Akash, no. Algo, nothing actionable there. Alpha, it's got some work to do yet. Let's find another crazy on sale one. I want to show you guys like what we're ultimately looking for here. Bake. Price is baked. That's what it is. So you have your level of history. It's actually being right here. You know, that's more like a zone. Sometimes these prices, these supports and resistances, they're more like a zone. Kind of something like that. Bake anywhere between 19 and 17 cents. Let's get another oversold confirmation and let's buy bake a couple cents lower. It's a good one. Like that. All right. You know, like 90% of these coins, I have no idea what they freaking are, but you know, the charts look pretty good sometimes. I'm gonna take another peek in the Discord, see if anybody has an actual request. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Can I get some confirmation that the mic is actually still good? Like, has the audio been good this entire stream? Because I was so unhappy with it last stream that I never want to return to that. I want it to be good. I guess we can take a peek at a few stocks. We were looking at Tesla this couple weeks. Audio sounds great, perfect. All right, so a while back, I was saying I was looking at 340 for Tesla to add some more. We might get it. For a minute there, I was thinking that I wasn't going to get my 340 Tesla buy. It just kind of depends on what market participants want to do at this HSI line here. Your HSI and your RSI have broken below the 50. You have a bat pattern that wants to complete here all the way down at 300. I don't really see that happening though at 300. Instead of a move like that, let's get an 886. 344, and that coincides with my 340 buy. You want to get this one on sale. Let's retest that area. I mean, it makes sense, right? Come on, you had your impulse. We never came back and checked that area out. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to 340 on Tesla. Let's print another oversold confirmation, and let's buy Tesla at 340. We're going to take a look at Apple. See, that's what we want to see from Tesla. You fail your previous HSI line, and you gap below it, and you fail it, and you retest the old area structure. Apple is down 15% from its all-time high, and that wasn't even that long ago. That was on Christmas. Yeah, let's get on over to Verizon. Verizon is another forever hold. You had your bat pattern play out, your oversold confirmations. Verizon's looking good on the daily. Let's look at the weekly. Very pattern rich. I like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing has respected the TA for years and years and years. So why would it not anymore? Let's hit these. Let's hit these targets for this shark and this deep crab up here at 55.60. We're looking at 45 to 55% gains for Verizon. Yep. Take another quick peek at BTC. There sure is a lot of volume coming in. That is undisputable. I'm just zooming out here. So this goes back so for 24 hours, you've had more volume on the first sell-off candle on the 5-minute than you have in the entire last 24 hours. So a lot of volume. We got our arrow, and we are trying to make a dot here. We need one more green candle for a confirmation dot again here on the 5-minute. And like I was talking about over here, or no, it was right here. Let's get some divergence, and we're getting it. I'll zoom in on this. So we're getting our divergence. Boom. W shape. Love it. And then let's look at our HSI. Boom. Divergence above the 50. That's good stuff. Good stuff. I think that might be the bottom concluded there for BTC for now. I don't want to get cocky or anything, but going much lower would break things for right now. You don't want to go lower. You would end up going back to that 91K range. And honestly, I think if we head back to 91K at this point, we're probably not going to hold 91K for a fourth or fifth time or whatever. You'd probably go right through it. You don't want more pullbacks than this. We want to keep continuing up. We want to keep the uptrend continuing. Um, so, we might not get some of those buys on those alts that I was talking about, but that's okay. There's plenty of other assets to put your money in. ETH. Come on, ETH, you can do it. Look at that volume on that candle. Oh, yeah, that's what we'd like to see. That's what we'd like to see. Somebody bought a lot of ETH right there. How are we looking on the daily for the falling wedge? Imagine if buyers just pivoted up from here and the wick was higher than all the previous ones all along and we just run it. Seems like something Composite Man would do. Amazon. Jeff Bezos had to pay for that wedding, but I wouldn't know it. Thing just continues. Amazon is strong. You had your bearish deep crab, your confirmation posted, and it looked like it was going to fulfill the target one at $200 like we were talking about. Like a couple Sundays ago, I was kind of laughing because I'm like, I can't wait to buy Amazon at $200, and then it juked me. That's okay though. Like I said, there's other assets to put your money in. Yeah, on the weekly, gapping up on the weekly for a fresh all-time high candle close on the weekly for Amazon. Nuts. Nuts. S&P 500. Can we get something a little bit better than that? Eyes are not showing up. It's because it's SPX. Yeah. So yeah, fresh weekly all-time high candle close on the S&P 500. You guys remember me talking about this macro cup and handle target for the last few months. Yeah, we've been talking about it a long time, but what you have to remember is each one of these candles represents a week of price action. So we've been talking about it forever, but that's because it's been at the same price forever. um, Here's your cup and handle from 2022. Your target is 6,200, which we are about there. And at this point, you have quadruple divergence on your HSI and your RSI on the weekly. Um, you know, it wouldn't be weird to see a pullback, to have some sort of correction here. It wouldn't be weird, to see the S&P 500 fall back 8% or even 13% and then continue upwards. See if there's anything else worth looking at here. Let's see, DRI. DRI. Drift protocol. What is this? Look, no. Is this stock? Oh, Darden restaurants. Okay. All right. Weekly candle close looks pretty strong. You're above that last oversold or overbought confirmation. Um, Lots of volume on that last weekly candle. Looks like somebody bought a ton. That's a lot of buy volume. It looks like you're trying to bounce off the 50 for or HSI. You're still trending up on your RSI. You bought this at 50 bucks. Yeah, I mean, good play. Good play. 50 bucks is right there. And it's been nothing but up since then. Let's see if we can find something more conclusive on the monthly. Monthly, you are overbought on HSI and RSI. So what I would be looking for, um, what I would be looking for here is you would want to see your arrow print, and then you would want to see your dot, and then you would want to see a test of the dot, and then you would sell at the test of the dot if your indicators are still below 50. If your indicators are still above 50 when we print that dot and that arrow, just keep letting it ride. Maybe take a little bit of profit off the table, but at that point you're looking at your next extension. Yeah, and the trend of this thing is just monstrous. Yeah, I think you can get 200. It doesn't seem that much further of a push. Uh, Looking at the hourly, I don't know, pretty topped out. Pretty topped out. Maybe, if I was in it, maybe the best spot to look right now would be the 4 hour. Give me a oversold dot or something on the 4 hour. So you have your arrow here, and you're making a double top on your indicators right here on the 4 hour. Um, Honestly, yeah, it's looking pretty toppy right now on the lower time frames. Obviously, the higher time frames are pushing up, but I wouldn't feel bad about selling some here and just letting the rest ride. I would not feel bad about that. Um, it would be cool if we see this shark play out. If we can get that um, that extension, even if like a 1414 extension off this would be nice to sell at. That'd be great. Get an arrow and a dot right before the hop here on the 4 hour. Sell that bitch. But again, I wouldn't feel bad about selling here and letting the rest ride. Chill guy. Obliterated. I can't wait till this thing prints some sort of oversold confirmation again. I'm gonna buy it. Not yet though. Not yet. Too soon. Too soon, Junior. Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Meme coins for the win, right? That's why you don't FOMO into things that people just randomly tell you to. Wait for confirmation. Moo dang on the 5 minute. We got a nice bat pattern here. Let's get it. Oh yeah, we are oversold. So let's get another arrow here and then crank this thing again. And like this is the kind of example that I was talking about for other coins. You hit a bottom, you screw around for a while, and then once you bottom, you want to see these M shapes, and that almost always will cement that bottom and bring you back to much higher prices. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, the guy wanted me to shortly go over leverage trading, so I'm going to do that real quick. Um, Leverage trading is inherently dangerous. In fact, more dangerous than regular trading. Yes, there's more gains to be made, but you can lose it even faster. Um, even trading at a 10x in these kind of markets, you would have been destroyed. You would have been absolutely destroyed. Um, you take a 10% drawdown in price and you times it by 10, do the math, you're liquidated. Getting liquidated on a 10% move, a 10% move in crypto is common. So you really have to play it safe. You have to buy at the deepest levels of support, and then you put your stop somewhere strategic and you just hope it doesn't get hit. Um, Leverage can be really dangerous. It can make you a lot of money really fast. It can make you broke really fast. It also can get you emotional really fast. It can, all of a sudden you lose a bunch of money that you actually need for your life, and now you're sitting there feeling like a failure as a parent, a failure as a father, a failure as a husband, a failure as a family member, a failure as a friend, because you just degened all your money away. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. So you got to be really, really careful with leverage. If you're absolutely insisting on doing leverage, start with 2 or 3x. Um, anything more than 5x, you're starting to get pretty risky. Anything more than 20x, and you're asking to get liquidated. You got to be very, very careful with anything high leverage. You see some people posting, a 50 or 100x trade. They got lucky. That's There's really no other word for it. They managed to hit their buy within 1% of price action, and they managed to not get liquidated. Uh, it's not impossible, but you're probably going to lose a lot of money trying to get that entry. Um, if you really want to get started into leverage trading, get a get on an exchange that actually uh, has a good background to it, like Femex, however you want to say it. I got it in the Discord for an affiliate link you can try out. Um, but I wouldn't recommend it until you really have the hang of spot trading. And then also on top of that, make sure you have a really good education and understanding of TA before you do leverage trading. I would also recommend reading a couple books. One for trading mindset is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Really good one. Really good one. Another one is Trades About to Happen. I forget the author of that one, but that was a good book too. Um, I think that's everything though for tonight. I noticed the music stopped a long time ago, so the party stopped a long time ago. Right? Yeah, well, that being said, see you guys next Sunday. Join the Discord or get destroyed. Have a good weekend.